In this video, we're going to be creating a few spikes that come out of the ground. Again, we're going to be using the animation node and a few tricks in that animation node to enable the area node, because the area node, we only want it to be active when the spikes are at a certain point. Otherwise, we want the player to be able to walk through it. So we're going to animate that and disable it using the animation node. So what we're going to do, similar to before, is we're going to go into our new scene and we're going to create a blank area 2D. And then in this, we're going to add in a collision shape. We're just going to add a collision shape this time. And we're also going to add in a sprite. And we're also going to add in an animation play. That doesn't need to be a child of that, so I'll just move it so it's like that. Okay, so the sprite is going to be the traps spike anim strip. So I'm going to bring that over there. And you'll see it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 animation things on it. So we're going to go ahead and go H frames 7. It's going to put that first one in there. But I don't actually know what that one is, so I'm going to ignore it. And then we are going to put in a collision shape, which is going to be a rectangle. Now it's actually too big, and what I want to do is just skip forward to frame 4 just to make sure that this fits the entire thing. So we'll go to the collision shape, and it should be on pixel snap. And I'll just bring that into there and bring that down to there. So that's a perfect shape for it. Now I know these spikes are upside down, but we can turn them up the right way in game just by rotating it, and it's not going to affect it. So now we're going to go to the animation player. We're going to add an animation. I'll just call it spike trigger. And we're going to make this one 1 second long is probably pretty good. Actually, we may end up making it longer, and you'll see why shortly. Okay, so this one here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 frames. Yep, that seems pretty good. Okay, so this first frame, I'm going to go to spikes, and I'm going to go back to frame 0, this one. I'm going to keyframe that. I'm not going to use Bezier curves for this because it's not moving, it's just changing frames. So I'll go create. And now this is a little bit of an annoying thing. See how it's switched to frame 2 over here, but it's actually still on the 0 like second mark here. So I'm just going to click here, and you'll see that resets back to 1. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. So and then 4. So there's 4 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can zoom in and out if you can't see all of those. Now for frame 4 though, I am going to make it essentially play backwards, but not straight away. So I'm going to go forward to frame 7 and then make it play backwards. So I'm going to keyframe frame 4, and then I'm going to go backwards to frame 3, 2, and then 1, like that. I'm actually going to make this thing take 2 seconds. So it's going to go all the way here. There's not going to be a change in frame, and then it's going to go back. So looping this will look like this. So they're going to come out like that. And so on. Okay. I can see here that there is a little bit of a weird thing. So I might just delete this and bring these in to there. And we'll just have it kind of on a long loop. Yeah, that looks better. Because there is like a little flash of light that appears when it comes out. Okay, so that's pretty good there. But I said we wanted to disable the area node at a certain point in time. So we're going to go back to frame 0, go to area 2D, and there is, not the area, collision shape, disabled. So we're going to say at the first frame, this is going to be disabled, and we'll keyframe that. click create, it'll create this down here. So in frame 0, it's disabled. And we're going to give the player just a fraction of time to get out of the way if they see that pop, and then it's going to enable here. So I'm going to untick that and click the keyframe button, so it's going to be enabled there. And then again, we will disable it back here. So you can see that when it's disabled, it goes gray, and when it's enabled, it pops blue like that. So with that done, we're going to add some code to this. Oops, code there. I haven't saved this scene, so I'm going to save it in here as spike trap. And this one is going to have some code on it, just spike trap. We'll make the animation play at the start. I'm sure there's another way to make it play at the start that I'm not seeing. Current animation, probably that. But let's go ahead and go animation 2D, this one. And the area 2D on the node, when a body is entered, similar to the code from before, if body, it's actually exactly the same, dot is in group player, print player dead. I'll save that. Now I can go and put some of these spike traps in the world somewhere. So let's go ahead and find my scene. Spike trap, there it is. So I can put that one there. Now it is currently set to be like pixel perfect, so I can zoom in and do that, and I can zoom in and get that there. Now these are actually upside down, so I might put those on the ceiling. I've accidentally made one a child of the other. There it is. Okay, so I've got those in there. Now if I want to make it so it's on the ground, that's pretty simple. I will bring it in to here. Now I've made a mistake here. You'll see how these are called area 2D, 2D, 2D. I'll show you how to fix that in a minute. But this one has come in here, and I'm going to bring that to about here. And I'm going to go Inspector, Transform, and rotate this. I could rotate it using this, and I'll grab it and rotate it, hold Control as I do it, and then back to that. Or I could rotate it down here by 180, and I can move that around and it's pixel perfect, so that's good. Now if I play this scene, you'll see those spike traps will come out of the ground. Why don't those ones work? I'm not 100% sure. So let's see. Funk ready. Why would they not be working? We're going to rename this though to Spike Trap, and let's see. Now I'm getting a bunch of errors down here. Oh no, this is because I've been working in here and I've deleted some files that don't exist anymore. So let's have a look and see, why would they not be working? Oh, they are. Not sure why they weren't working before, but those spikes are now working, and I can run over it, nothing happens. If I stand in it though, you'll see it says player dead down here. So it's actually registering it when the player is on the spikes. And it did for the top bit there as well. All right. So that's going to end it for this video. In the next one, we will look at another trap. And then in future videos, we're going to have a look at doors and how they could be opened by buttons, buttons that will do other things, and a few different kinds of traps, as well as a checkpoint system with a timer. And after that, there'll be like projectiles, all kinds of different things as well, moving platforms, that kind of stuff. So stick around because that is coming up.